This type of man is everywhere and at very high risk of porn addiction, and let me tell you why. So, a few days ago, I was at the grocery store, and as usual, at checkout, I have my glass bottle. It's a $3 deposit, and I go through one of these every 2 days. And at checkout, there was a new cashier at the grocery store, and he didn't quite know what buttons to press on the cash register to give me a $3 credit. And he was feeling rushed and flustered, even though there was no one in line behind me and I wasn't putting off any rushed vibes. And he was so quick to apologize. And I said, "You don't need to apologize for learning a new skill, and I'm not in a hurry." And he went on to apologize again, and even a third time. And he was so insistent on apologizing, and he even said to me, "Well, I need to apologize because what if someone feels like they're in a hurry?" Whew, there's a lot of limiting beliefs going on there. And essentially, this man is operating in his wounded feminine energy, And he is so terrified of being seen as inadequate, which then domino effects into fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, things like that, on a deep subconscious level. And there is a deep subconscious pattern and belief of feeling unworthy. And that unworthiness creates such a strong discomfort in the subconscious mind that someone like that becomes an ultimate people pleaser, an over-apologizer, saying sorry when there was nothing that was done that was wrong, saying sorry for circumstances that do not merit an apology. And this comes from an emotional wound from the past, emotional trauma that lives within a man like that. Almost certainly, his attachment style in psychology is the anxious attachment style, where you become a people pleaser and you bend over backwards to prevent a discomfort to another person in the room. And that is on the opposite side of healthy masculinity. And no woman will ever feel threatened by him. But no woman will ever feel like he could be her protector. And in fact, I live in an area where there's a lot of earthquakes. Say there happens to be an earthquake during checkout. I would feel like I would need to step up and protect him in a circumstance like that because of the energy he was showing up with. It forces me into my masculine energy. When he shows up in his not just feminine energy, but it was a wounded version of feminine energy is how he was showing up. That's a trauma response. Being an over-apologizer is a trauma response. Being a people pleaser is a trauma response. So it's not wrong, it's just a sign of deep emotional wounds residing within a person that make it obvious where healing needs to take place. And because there's a deep emotional wound residing inside of a person like that, their subconscious mind is going to be compelled to say yes to addictive escapism behaviors. And pornography is one of the quickest, easiest addictive outlets, especially if someone fears rejection. Someone like that is going to be deeply challenged in the dating world and feel the isolation and is going to be compelled to, instead of going and seeking a romantic or sexual partner, that could always result in rejection. And a people pleaser and an over-apologizer does whatever they can to avoid the rejection experience. This means they choose pornography because pornography will never reject you. It never requires courage from you. And so it's the easy button to the sexual experience, but it weakens all parts of who you are. It weakens your ability for courage, for connection, for authenticity, for growth, for healing, for empowerment. 100% of the time. And so notice if you are aware of any of these patterns or traits within you or anyone you know. And it's time to have awareness and then heal from that. Non-judgmental awareness, surface that, and heal from it. Who do you know in your life that's an over-apologizer or a people pleaser? Perhaps it's you. If it is, I help men overcome pornography addiction, sex addiction, and so much more. If you want help either overcoming pornography or sex-related addictions or stepping into your healthy masculinity, join my free school tribe. The link is in the description. I'll see you on the inside.